Have you ever wondered how a modern news platform is actually built? From the inside out? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to deconstruct the entire model for a video-first news service, and we're using its own promotional material as our guide. So let's dive in and see what makes it tick. I mean, we've all been there, right? You open your browser and boom, you're just hit with this absolute wall of headlines. It can feel like you're trying to drink from a fire hose. You want to stay informed, but you just end up feeling completely buried by it all. And the source material we're digging into today has a perfect phrase for this feeling. They call it getting lost in a sea of text-heavy articles. And their whole argument starts from this one simple idea. In a world that moves this fast, the old-school way of reading the news just isn't cutting it anymore. So what's their big answer to this problem? It's all about a video-first philosophy. The idea is pretty straightforward. Let's shift how we consume news, moving away from reading text and toward watching video. They argue it's a way more powerful and efficient way to get a handle on what's happening in the world. And this right here is the absolute core of their entire argument. The source makes this pretty wild claim. They say that when you watch a video, you retain 95% of the message. But when you read that same information in a text, you only hang on to about 10%. Now, if that's true, that's not just a small improvement, that's a total game changer. 95%. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. This one statistic is the foundation that their whole platform is built on. It positions video as not just another option, but as a fundamentally better way to process and remember information. You don't just read the news, you witness it. This quote from their material really says it all, doesn't it? It's about changing your role. You're not just a passive reader scanning text anymore. You're an active witness to the event. The goal is to create a much more direct, more emotional, and honestly, a more memorable connection to the story. Okay, so that's the big promise. But how do they actually claim to pull it off? Well, their model really stands on three main pillars: delivering the news incredibly fast, keeping the quality super high, and covering a huge range of subjects. So let's break that down. On the speed front, they talk about unrivaled delivery, monitoring global feeds 24/7 to get you those just-in clips. For quality, it's simple. Everything is in crisp HD. And here's the really crucial part. They promise you'll get the guts of the story, the who, what, where, and why, all within the first 30 seconds of watching. And this model isn't just for one type of news. The goal here is to be a one-stop shop for everything. We're talking about serious national politics and crime stories, sitting right alongside the latest sports highlights, viral videos, and big breakthroughs in tech and science. The whole shebang. And to make this a little more concrete, the source actually gives us this hypothetical snapshot of what a day's top stories might look like. And you can really see the mix they're shooting for. You've got major global and US political news right next to a huge sports moment and a lifestyle trend piece, all packaged up into these short, easy-to-digest videos. But the model doesn't just stop with a simple feed of videos. The next layer they talk about is building a totally personalized ecosystem around you, with features designed to tailor the experience and even offer deeper analysis. So they call out a few key things here. First up, you get personalized alerts for just the topics you actually care about. Then they point to expert analysis segments, and they specifically mention some that offer a Fox perspective. And finally, it's about building a community where you can comment, share, and vote on stories, all designed to work perfectly on your phone. All right, now you can't talk about a new news platform in this day and age without tackling the elephant in the room: trust. How does this platform claim it's going to deal with the huge challenge of misinformation? Well, they make a very bold claim. The source material straight up positions the platform as a beacon of reliability. It says it's built to be a direct defense against modern threats, like deepfakes, those super realistic but totally fake AI videos, and all sorts of other manipulated content. So the crucial question is, how do they actually do that? Well, they lay out a 3-step verification process that they say every single video goes through. First, they verify the source of the video. Second, they verify the timestamp, so when it was recorded. And third, they verify the location where it was filmed. Only then does it get published. And this whole verification process ties directly into their mission statement. According to the article, their ultimate goal is to give people the tools to see through the noise. It's all built on this core belief that, at the end of the day, an informed public is a powerful public. And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? After breaking down this entire model, this high-speed, high-retention, personalized, and supposedly verified video platform, is this what the future looks like? Is a perfectly curated video feed designed for speed and engagement really the best path to creating a more informed public? That's definitely something to think about.